What's up, everybody? Hello. I've been having some good times lately, and I know that we're going through a lot of rough times right now as a society, as a world, as a country, as just people. And so I thought I'd share some happenings that have been going on in my life, and then I thought I'd share a meditation that I just learned, and it's for the positive mind. And it's a really awesome meditation. And I thought I'd share more about your positive, negative, and neutral mind, and share some good stuff that's been going on in my life. Maybe y'all can share some good stuff that's been going on in your life down below. And so, yeah. So I've been going to some classes at the yoga studio at Elemental Yoga, which is an awesome studio. If you're looking for a studio, definitely check that one out. And I've been going to this class called 81 Facets of the Mind. It's by Yogi Bhajan, who is kind of known as the father of Kundalini Yoga. He is often credited as bringing forth Kundalini Yoga to the Western civilization. And so he has a lot of great meditations that are really great. Like his Kundalini Yoga is still to this day practiced in rehabs, and it's I like to say yoga and meditation are great distractions, and that our mind likes distractions. It wants something to work on, and I think a lot of times when we give our mind something to work on, it's a way for our mind to focus on something while we can put other stuff on the shelf, while we can let our thoughts dissolve, while we can, our mind is called the monkey mind, and it's called that because sometimes our thoughts can run away with us. And, so I wanted to touch on that. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm so happy to see y'all. Happy to have y'all here to join me on this. It's going to be a long one. I actually, this was the perfect time. Seth's at work. He gets off later. And I was like, this is the perfect time to do a meditation, and share some of the stuff that's been going on in my life. So anyways, at this class about the mind, and it's about going through archetypes and going through all types of segments of our mind. We talk about the positive, the negative, and the neutral mind. I actually met a lot of great people some people I've already known, and then I met this awesome lady, and she's a retired therapist, and we had a really great talk about, life, about a lot of y'all know that I was highly interested in psychology and still am. That's what started this journey into mindfulness, into the holistic realm. And I talked to her a lot about how I've been thinking a lot of going through the life coaching route, and I was telling her and myself that myself and a lot of people feel discouraged because we don't have degrees and we don't have a PhD in psychology yet. I feel a strong yearning desire in my soul to help people. And, we both talked about that you don't need a degree to help people. You got to start somewhere. And oftentimes, she said, you learn the real stuff in the real world. My dad's a chef, and he often says that people go through culinary school, but once they go to the real life kitchen, they often don't know a lot about actually cooking and about what it means to work in the kitchen. And I hear so much from therapists and psychologists that the same thing happens. They can teach you all this theory in school and you can go through trials, but you learn the real stuff outside. So it was really encouraging to me because, I often forget, a lot of people who have been training so hard, I forget that people don't know these things. I forget that, y'all haven't been studying this for 10 years. So a lot of the stuff I write off of my mind, but I feel like I want to share this. A lot of this stuff, I share often that mental health is just as important as physical health. And I'm really happy to be working on both. That's my favorite thing about yoga, is that you work on both at the same time. And so I'd love to share a lot of mental health techniques that help me. And so meditation's one of them. If you ask me today, my favorite coping mechanism that's, not a drug or a food or anything, it's meditation, and more specifically breath work. I often say and credit breath work has saved my life. The thought that I can slow down my thoughts, that I can slow down reality by simply taking a deep breath in and exhaling and holding my breath and flooding my brain and my blood and my body with oxygen, and how it can have these amazing effects. I mean, it's amazing. And so I'd love to share that with y'all. And I often say, you know, like sometimes my clients will stop breathing and it's like you can pass out like on the table, or you can, you know, on the massage table or in things, and it's unconsciously or subconsciously, you know, that we will forget to breathe. And so it's like we know how to breathe as babies, and then we kind of forget somewhere along between, whether it's stress, whether it's retraining. And so I'm in the business of helping people get back to those relaxation states. You know, there's something called fight or flight. Everybody knows the fight or flight. But the opposite of that we often don't know is rest and digest. You know, it's the sympathetic nervous system versus the parasympathetic. And a lot of us are in fight or flight, so we are on a edge. We're, you know, ready for fighting, or we're ready for flight. So we're ready to run away, or we're ready to fight. And we don't have to be in that, you know, side. We can be in the rest and digest. We can be resting and relaxing and ready to for our body to function. And oftentimes when we are in the fight or flight, our rest and digest, you know, our digestive system and our sleeping functions are off whack. And so I'm in the business of helping people get back over there to the balance. I mean, it doesn't have to be one or the other. I mean, one can be better for the body than the other, but you need both. And that's what I love about this philosophy of the negative, positive, and neutral minds. It's that each one has a purpose, and each coping mechanism that we build up served us at one point, and it no longer serves us, or it still does, but we can release those and we can become in charge of our health, our mental health, and our physical health. So with that being said, I'm going to talk a little bit about the positive, neutral, and negative mind, and then we're going to start meditation. So just a little bit about, so these are techniques from Yogi Bhajan, who from Kundalini yoga. And if you don't know what Kundalini is, it's the energy that circles through us from our crown of our head to our perineum, our lower body, you know, all through all chakras, all 110 or 7 or whatever, you know. And so I'll share a little bit about the 3 minds that they use. Negative mind is your protective mind. And this has a lot to do with, like, how can this harm me? How can this limit me? How can this stop me? And this is the power of discernment. So your negative mind, you know, it's often like, you know, when you learn about your ego, you learn about how it can be negative, but also how it can keep you safe, and how it's the oldest part of our mind, because it's like almost like the animalistic. So it's like it keeps us safe and it keeps us alive. And oftentimes for a lot of us, this is what rules our life. So a lot of us, you know, are letting this negative mind rule it. And so that's the negative mind. Then there's the positive mind, which is the expansive mind. And this is the mind that sees all positive essence in all situations and beings, and it's expansive and resources. And it allows us to magnify and extend and assist. And, you know, questions that are often asked with this is, how can this help me? How can I see the positive side of things? And I think in my life, and a lot of people with traumatic life and a lot of trauma, we have to learn how to really develop this, because this is part of what saves us, you know. And then there's the negative mind. And the negative mind, the neutral mind. We already talked about the negative mind, enough about that. The neutral mind is the meditative mind. And oftentimes when we go through yoga or we go through psychology and things like that, this is the mind that we're trying to build, the balanced mind. And that's why it's called the meditative mind. And it looks at life as a whole with compassion, and it evaluates the input of the negative and positive mind. It gives you guidance within 9 seconds. And it's, you know, it's the path within the storm that's, you know, that's calm. And with this one, it's like the gateway to awareness. And so this one, I want to definitely do actual videos on YouTube for meditations for the neutral mind. But today we're going to do a positive mind meditation. And I want to do positive mind meditation because a lot of people, I feel like, are going through some hard things right now, and I know I am, and it's so hard to keep your light shining when there's so many horrific things going on right now, when there's so many sad things going on right now, when you feel like, you know, the world might be closing in on you. And one of my favorite things about my clients that are older is so many times in their own life they've thought, wow, this is it, you know, it's the end of the world. And I feel like we feel that way so many times, and we can prevail, we can persevere, and we can flourish in times like this. And it's my belief and dream that we're going through a renaissance right now and not through dark times. And so I want to help lead that. I want to help usher that in. I want to help be a light, and I want to help people like you cope and thrive. So without further ado, let's do a meditation. So this is the book called The Mind by Yogi Bhajan, and it's called The Mind, Its Projections, and the Multifacets. And let's see. So the mind, meditation for the positive mind. This practice opens up the heart and the feelings of positive self. It is the gestures of happiness. It has a great history and is said to have been practiced by many great wise spiritual leaders, including Buddha and Christ. Hello, everybody. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we're about to do a positive mind meditation, and the lighting seems to go a little wonky. It makes me want to, it's making me look like an angel, but, you know, maybe that's the positive mind already at work. And so this practice has been said to been done by Buddha and Christ, which are some of my top idols in life. The hand mudra becomes a symbol for blessing and prosperity. So we're getting ready to start. So find a quiet space or a space that you can relax. I'm gonna try to correct this light. There we go. Sit with an erect spine, curling the ring finger and the little finger into each palm. So the ring finger and the pinky in the palm. Bend the thumb over the top of them and lock it in. So we're gonna bend these two fingers down and we're gonna bend this in. Keep the first two fingers straight up. Bring the arms so the elbows are by the sides and the hands are by the shoulders, with 2 fingers of each hand pointing straight up. Bring the forearm and hands forward to an angle of 30 degrees. So far this is the mudra. Let me scoot back. So far this is the mudra. You have your pinky and your ring finger in your thumb and your thumb over those. And so in mudras, every finger has something, you know, has a purpose. Like life, everything has a purpose. And this is the mudra that we're doing. And you bring them to a 30 degree. So we'll do this so you can see them. And so I'm not gonna hold this because I'm gonna play the sound bowl while y'all meditate. But this is the mudra, and we're gonna review everything because there's also a chant. So let's see. Bring the forearms and hands forward to an angle of 30 degrees. And then press the shoulders and elbows back firmly, but comfortably. The palms face forward, close the eyelids, roll the eyelids up gently, concentrate at the brow point, the third eye area. At the top of the nose, where the eyebrows would meet. Create a steady, slow, and complete breath. Mentally pulse rhythmically at the brow point. To infinity the sounds sa, ta, na, ma. Sa is infinity. Ta is life. Na is death. Ma is rebirth. So this is the cycle, you know, it's infinity, life, death, rebirth. And if you follow reincarnation, it's the cycle. And so this describes the life cycle. This Kriya brings total mental balance to the psyche. The entire mantra means, I meditate on truth, truth that I am. I meditate on truth, truth that I am. Try it for 40 days. During that time, eat lightly and speak only truth directly from your heart. You can practice it for 11 to 62 minutes. Start where you're at, though. You can start with 5. To end the meditation, inhale deeply, exhale deeply 3 times, and open the fists several times, and relax. So we're going to review everything. So, your hands are up like this. Your pinky and your ring finger are down. Your thumbs over them. And you're about 30 degrees. Your shoulders are back and relaxed. And go ahead and close your eyes. And bring your attention to your brow, right above in where your third eye would be. And go ahead and take a deep breath in. And at the top of your inhale, you're going to hold. And then you're going to exhale. And then go ahead and breathe at your own pace, breathing in, holding it, and exhaling. And so we're slowing down the breath, we're tuning in, we're slowing down the mind, slowing down the thoughts, slowing down our breath. We're inviting the chant. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. And so we're going to keep reciting this chant in our head. We're going to keep the mudra. We're going to do it for a bit. And I'm going to say it a few times. If your thoughts drift, come back to this chant. If your thoughts drift, come back to your breath. Use your breath as an anchor. Use the chant as an anchor. We're going to do this for a bit. I'm going to play the sound bowl. Keeping the mudra. Keeping the chant. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Allow your positive mind to grow and be the center of attention. Coming back to the chant, sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Continuing the chant. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Go ahead and take a deep breath in, inhaling, suspending the breath, exhaling, taking another deep breath in, filling up the body, suspending the breath, exhaling, taking another deep breath in, and exhaling, opening up your palms, opening up your hands. And just like that, you've reset your mind, you've reset your body, you've reset you. And I hope that, this helped out. I hope this brought some positivity to your life. I hope this brought some goodness to your life. And just like when I was talking earlier about my new friend, who has a license and has all the knowledge, and she said you have to start somewhere. And I want to tell you this. This is what I've learned in my 26 years of life, in my decade of searching. It said that your body, so I'll tell you how I learned it and my interpretation of it now. It said that your body always keeps track and never forgets. And it sometimes uses a scare tactic to get you healthy. And on the other side of that, it's your mind never forgets and always keeps track and tally. And the best part about that is I see all the work you're doing. I see everything that you're doing to better yourself. And I want you to know it doesn't go unnoticed. To your brain, those neurons are you're building those neural pathways, and each time you come back, it gets stronger and stronger, and you can literally change your world. You can change your reality. You can change yourself. You can change the people in your life just by being a representation, a great mirror of light. And, it doesn't go unnoticed. So I hope you enjoyed this meditation. I hope you enjoyed this little chat. I'm so grateful for all of y'all that tuned in. And lastly, if you enjoyed this, I'm going to throw in a shameless plug here. I invite you to come to my yoga classes at Friday at 4, at Saturdays at 12:30 at Elemental Yoga. I'm offering a drop-in donation-based classes until the semester starts on September 13th, all the way, my favorite number, September 13th, all the way until November 30th. There's a 12-week semester, and early bird ends next week. So let me know if you want to get into that, and let me know if you need any help, or if you're trying to wonder about how things work, or you've never been to yoga, or how you're going to pay for it, or I'm a great resource and I can help you. And I've been through both spectrums of the life, and in life I've been back and forth, and I can help you. I can help you find, if it's not me, I can help you find resources, and I'd love for you to be there. I want you to experience this. I'm creating a safe environment for all walks of life, all body types, all backgrounds, all genders, all communities to come experience the amazing effects of yoga. It's so funny because that actual therapist tonight, she was literally saying, I literally believe that yoga can heal the world. I believe that if we all did yoga, it would solve so many things. And that's from a professional, psychologist, a therapist, a counselor saying that. So I was amazed because I'm okay, yeah, right on. So I love you all just because you are. I hope to see you at yoga. I'm going to drop the info down below. Come join me. Bring a friend. We say the saying, showing up to the mat. It's showing up for life. And you can learn so many things about yourself in your life by showing up. It's been a common theme and struggle for me to show up. And now that I'm showing up, I'm teaching people how to show up. And I'd love for you to be there. So, I love you all just because you are. Satnam. Truth is my name. Truth is your name. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.